is I'd like to talk to y'all after we get our groundwork done. I'd like to talk to you some about bits and bitting, which ones I use, not which ones are the best, because I'll cover that later, but the ones that I use and how they work and why they work, and why I use a progression of bitting. Okay? So, everybody who's taken my clinic before knows that I'm a big fan of preliminary groundwork. Can you get your horse's attention? Can you get your horse's respect from the ground? All right? If you can't do it from the ground, you can't do it from the saddle. That's just fact of life. It's kind of like trees getting green in the summer. That's just the way it goes. If you can't get your horse's respect from the ground, don't hit the trail with him, because you will be on the ground. All right? So, what I'd like to do is kind of slip off over here in the shade just a little bit, and one by one I want to see everybody work their horse on the ground. I want to see walk and trot, change of direction both ways, stop, back up. Okay? I won't get into the side pass yet, we'll do that in a minute. But let's slip off over here in the shade under this tree over here, and I'll get started because I'll show you what I want to see. All right, and what I want to see you do is, I want to see you give your horse some direction and get your horse to go away. I want to see your horse trot. I said I want to see your horse trot. You big thing, you. I want to see you get a little stop. Change of direction. All right, now this mare's fresh out of the stall. I hadn't ridden her in 2 days. Had a bunch of lessons this week, and we all had a real good time, and I rode 4 or 5 horses every day, but she wasn't one of them. Get your little stop and back up. All right. Next up, I don't care who, volunteer, I'm going to give you a little critique while you're doing it. All right, you left out the walk part.
Oh, I was supposed to walk?
Yes.
I trot.
I want you to walk, I want you to trot, and back up. There you go. When you first get your horse out of the stall, or you bring him up from the pasture, the walk gives you a good idea of whether your horse is lame in one foot, one leg, whether he ran into the fence, whether he got chased by a dog. You know, you wanna look. This mare's a little stocked up in her back legs this morning. That's not unusual for an aged horse to accumulate fluid. Sometimes in their hind limbs, particularly in their back legs around their ankles. Most of the time, gravity will pull down, and we all, anybody over about 25 understands what gravity does. And so your horses, as they age, some of them tend to accumulate fluid in their ankles. She'll walk out of that, but I have to be aware that that's there and not just start out ripping and running and roaring. All right, so be aware of what your individual horse's problems may be. Some horses have arthritic problems. Some horses, it just kind of takes them a while to get going. I had an old stud that I showed all the time. His ankles were horrible, but if I eased him and worked him really softly right at first, he was pretty sound for most of the day. All right, next up. Yes. He may lose a little bit more room to gate. Okay. Let's address a little problem here. Tell me your name again.
Nicole.
Nikki. Okay. Nikki,
I'm dizzy.
that's all right. That's all right. That's one of the things that you have to watch when you mark your horse on the ground. If you're just chasing him around.
Yeah.
Okay. What I want to see you be able to do is send him. Come on, old mare. Behave. I want to see you be able. She got a little attitude, yeah. I want to see you be able to send him. All right. And where when you're going around there, you're not chasing him around. Okay. If I'm over here and I'm doing this, all right, who's getting the biggest workout? Yeah, you are. See, you've walked about half again as far as he has, kind of chasing him around trying to get him to go. All right, well, that's him telling you, I can make you move your feet. He's training you. Oh, yeah, go figure. And they'll do that too, buddy. Don't ever think your position is solid, all right? Because as much as you want to train them, they want to untrain you. Okay, so what I'd like to see you do is when you send your horse, here, swap me just a second.
Do you want this one?
Yeah, that'll help. That's all right. I'm not averse to using that. Back up, buddy. Back up. Back up. Thank you. All right, now go. Go. All right, you see how he stalls out and tries to look at me?
Right.
All right, where you're headed is not back here because the rear end is moving. It's the front end that's too close to you. So you're going after that shoulder right there. See him move away from me?
Yeah.
Now you see who's working. He is. Okay? I'm not chasing him around. I want him to go. I want him to get that shoulder away from me. Thank you. Okay? So now, when I want to get him to stop, I stab my belly button, run that rear end around. Now why do we do that? Disengage that hind end to take away the impulsion. We redirect and focus on the shoulder and send him back out there where he goes. And we don't move, he does. All right, buddy, let's go. Atta man. No, you got enough room to do this. Go ahead, you can do it. Atta man. That's good. I'm not going to pull on you. There you go. And all I'm doing here is giving him some direction and encouragement. Now, why isn't he just taking off and trotting? Because nobody's ever done this really quite like this. And he's trying to figure out what I want him to do. There you go. But you can see the thought process in his mind about what do I have to do to get this person from harassing me. Okay? All right, so what am I asking him to do? I'm asking him to go on and step on out of there. There you go. All right, and when I get that little step on out of there, I'm not going to keep on banging and whipping on him because that's what I wanted. Cluck means go forward. That's all it means. Go forward, go faster. When you want him to back up, you make some other kind of racket. I don't care whether you tell him back up. When I was a kid, I learned how to say back up to my horse. I had a cousin that was about 3 years younger than me. And she asked me one day, what does bagar mean? I said, I'm telling my horse to back up. She said, oh, I wondered what a bagar was. Yeah, it was French, right. All right, now you see he's going around. He's going around like he's supposed to. But I'm not chasing his rear. All right, see this right here? This is the part you want to go away from you, is that shoulder. Horses will dominate you with their shoulders. All right, horses dominate each other with their shoulders. They don't just arbitrarily run up and start kicking. You see horses in the pasture, what do? Brand new horses, never seen each other. They approach each other, nah, 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 nah. And then they go to the shoulder. Are we going to be friends? I'm going to scratch you, you're going to scratch me? Or are we just going to start pushing on each other? All right, what do they do next? They slip around there, they get to playing, and one of them starts trying to bite the other one right there. They start trying to bite each other right there. Let's get your legs, let's get your legs. What are they doing? They're disengaging the hind end. Because if they disengage that rear end, the other horse can't attack them. All right? Just watch, just observe what your horse does, how they play. All right? So when you get ready to play with your horse and you tell him, I'm going to get your rear, I'm going to get you, I'm going to get you, you better move it, you better move it, you better move it. He already knows that he better get the heck out the way, and if he doesn't understand that, you need to bite him a little bit. All right, because what I'm telling him is, I want you to go away from me. All right? Now, if I want the front end to move, I'm going to approach the front end. There you go. There you go. There you go. Now what am I moving him with? My body language and the energy that's coming out of my body. I'm focusing the energy that's coming out of my body. So this horse knows that wherever I'm staring, he needs to be moving the heck out the way. All right? So it's your responsibility to give him a direction and an instruction, and then let him execute it. Don't babysit him, don't nag him, okay? Now, if I wanted him to drive, I would go with him, all right? But this is me and him, I'm just well be riding him. See if I'm going to drive him like so, all right? And the reason that we do this, and we do teach to do this, is to teach your horse that I don't have to be dragging you along to get you to go with me. Okay? I don't have to be dragging you to get you to go with me. Now come on, see how my feet are pointing in the same direction as his feet? All right, now let's go. Okay, so this is as if I were riding him. Who? That's it. Now from here, back up, back up, back up, back up. There you go. As if I were riding him. All right? It's a lot of difference in what you're doing. Okay?
Because it felt like I was just like...
You're just chasing him around. Exactly. Exactly. So that there's a difference between driving him and him working. There you go. So slip off over here and work on that. And we'll get somebody else in here to go around. There we go. Now, Miss Donna, You walked up there and thought, I'm going to get you to go to the left. Yeah, you did. You walked up there thinking, you walked up there with a direction like this.
I was thinking, should I go
And
left or right? Okay.
then Jasper went, oh, I'm going to walk this way. And you said, okay.
Okay, we'll go left.
Every decision your horse makes, is the wrong one. Once you get them convinced of that, they stop making decisions and they'll wait for you to tell them what to do. All right, Pokey, I don't care about. As long as he's doing what you're asking him to do, that's the thing. All right, ask him to trot just a little bit. That's all right, that's all right. Now, you don't have to change directions every time you stop him. If you change directions every time you stop him, he'll change directions. Horses will look for a pattern. All right. Oh, he'll trot, yeah. So, Donna, have you been working him since the last clinic? I didn't think so.
You just go back. We've been doing the back up though. Under saddle, that is. Not on ground.
All right, so does anybody believe me when I tell you if you get better control of your horse from the ground, you'll have better control of your horse from the saddle? Okay, so if you believe that, why don't you work on it? Yeah, we're just anxious to go ride. Okay, well how anxious are we for our horses to do what we ask them to do? Okay, it puts your horse at a disadvantage, a huge disadvantage, if you don't teach him ahead of time what's expected of him. All right? So, all I want to do is go ride. This god-dang horse doesn't go over here. He won't back up. He won't side pass. He just won't trot. I can't get him to go anywhere. He won't go anywhere by himself. Does any of that sound familiar? Well, guess what? You can fix about half of that if you'll just work that scoundrel from the ground. This sucker won't stand still when I get on him. Guess what? You trained him that it wasn't necessary. You trained him that it wasn't necessary. Oh, Jasper there's got your number. Oh, if I just waller around a little bit out here, this little lady will be just fine. Now, whose husband does that sound like? Okay.
He's thinking I got it right where I'm.
Oh, you got a Taj Mahal too? All right, see, all right. So the only time you do groundwork is when you come here and I harass you to do it.
You tell me what to do first or after? You
All right,
show me.
what I'll tell you,
Tell me what to do.
all right.
Tell me as I go. Or you want to show me?
No, what I want you to do is I want you to lambast him on that shoulder and get him off over there and let him go. And go after that shoulder.
So from here?
Yes, hit that shoulder right in front of the saddle. There you go. You see, you've driven him away from you. All right, once he goes now, once he starts going, then quit whacking on him.
Okay, you tell me quit.
Hit him, hit him, hit him, hit him, hit him. Let go. Cluck. Go after that shoulder. Go after it. Go after it. Now back off. Don't pull on his head now when he goes. There you go. Good. Good. There you go. Go after him, go after him, go after him. Hey, pull his head. That's it. Don't chase him around quite so much. Let him go around you. Atta girl. Now get you a little stop. Now change directions. Trot him the other way. All right, now what happened right there with the dynamic of Donna with her horse? Don't chase him.
Yeah,
She got serious and she picked up her energy. Go ahead, go ahead. That's all right. Go ahead, go ahead. That's it. That's it. Now, just let him trot around you. Okay, what happened with that dynamic? You can let him stop now. That dynamic was, you can't make me do that. And Donna decided, yes I can, you big rat. I can make you do what I want you to do. Now go on and do it.
you're tough. You're hard-headed.
Yes, he's hard-headed. He's been sitting around for years. Okay, his defense mechanism. What is Jasper's defense mechanism? Hey, how you doing? His defense mechanism is if I just stand here long enough, they'll leave me alone. All right, how many kids have been on him? 150,000. What do kids do? Yay, it's a horse! Yeah, go, 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 go. Oh, this one don't go. I'm gonna get me another one. That's Jasper's defense. All right, probably when he was younger, he went and he finally decided, look, I'm losing weight here, I quit. All right, so now what we're dealing with a horse whose defense mechanism is soul. Got to get his feet moving. All right, when you ask him to back up, what did he do the first time? That was it. I'm not going anywhere. That's too hard. Back up. Oh, no, I don't go in that direction. All right, so what did you have to do? You had to keep on fooling with him until you get his feet moving. Move that rear end around, get a little back up. Thank you. Move that back end around, get a little back up. Thank you. All right, and so every time he gives you what you want, it's just like right there. We didn't trot him to death. I don't need to trot him to death. But when I ask him to trot, I want that son going to say, yes, ma'am, and go ahead. They'll have a little toot like this old mare here, you know. I don't want to trot. Yeah, we going to trot. I don't care if you don't want to or not. Be in heat, don't be in heat. I don't care. Handle it. That's your problem, not mine. My problem is I need a horse that I can depend on to go from here to the other end of the world. Okay? All right. So, if you decide to do something, don't take no for an answer.
I didn't know how.
There you go. Well, that's what I'm for.
I was hitting his butt.
Yeah. Well, see what happens with that. He gets to stand the front feet still and just spin around with the rear. Okay, it's just like this Nikki's horse over here. You got to get that shoulder away from you. He's dominating you with his shoulder and his head. All right. You can't hit me hard if I won't let you back there. And I don't have to go very far if all I do is move around here. Yeah, okay. So if your horse has figured it out, is your horse trying to dominate you with his head and shoulders, or is he trying to kick your head off? Most of the time, he'll be trying to dominate you with his head and shoulders. And that's what he was doing. This horse's defense was, I don't know what you want, so I'm just going to kind of stick with you and see what happens. So both of those horses are wanting to stay a little too close. His security is, if I stay close to you, I don't have to move very far. His security is, if I stay close to you, I won't be scared of anything. All right? So this horse over here was not moving out, mainly because he didn't understand what he was supposed to be doing. This horse is not moving out because he don't want to understand what he's supposed to be doing. All right? I don't care. Now you that's it, good. Your cluck is always a forward move. All right, now what I want you to start trying to do is to first and pull second. Okay. All right, put your hand on mine. And when you pull, don't just make it a cue. Move your feet, buddy. Back up. Back up. Back up. Come on, Jasper.
You want me to hold Bella?
She ain't going nowhere. Now, that's better. Good. So what we want with our horse to back away from us, all right, we want as little as possible but as much as necessary to get the job done. All right? So I want to ask him, this is what I want him to back off of. Back up. Back up. Back up. Thank you. That was very good. There's going to be consequence. All right? Thank you. Thank you. Now, he doesn't have to back far, and he doesn't have to back fast. But when I ask him to back up, he's got to get out the way. All right? Next up, let's go. Oh, come on now.
After I embarrass myself, anybody can go.
That's no but look, there's let me clarify something here.
I'm just teasing.
Number one, there is nothing that you can do here that I have not done before. I started fooling with horses before I remember. All right, so if you name a mistake, I've made it. All right? And the other thing is there is no such thing as a stupid question. If you know, I've had somebody tell me, well, the only stupid question is the question you already know the answer to. That's not even a stupid question, because there may be somebody out here that doesn't know how to ask that question and has no clue what the answer should be. All right, Michelle, you've been backing up and backing up and backing up. Run that old mare away from you. Get after that shoulder. Get after that shoulder. Step into the shoulder. Don't be scared of her. Don't be scared of her. Give her some line and get into that shoulder. Get into that shoulder. Don't chase her butt. Get that shoulder out the way. Give her some line on her head now. Don't keep pulling her to you. That's it. Give her some direction. Give her some direction. All right, hold your rope overhanded with your little finger pointing where you want the horse to go. That's it. All right, now I realize you was probably a hell of a softball player. But this ain't an underhand pitching deal. This is an overhand hardball kind of deal. All right, now don't nag her to death, because why? Why do you not, once the horse starts doing something, why do you keep swinging the rope at her? Okay, what this is tells the horse, well, this doesn't really mean anything, because it's always happening. No, this is not, I'm going to smack you if you don't go. This is, it doesn't mean anything. You don't have to pay attention to it. This is a desensitization thing, all right? So why do you keep backing up? Step into your horse.
Because she won't move.
Yes, she will. Yes, she will. Stay. Let's see. She'll move. All right, what you're trying to do is you're trying to lead her into where you want her to go.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, get her off over there. Get up. Get up. Get up. Yeah, I'm serious. All right, I want her to get on off over there and go. Look, overhanded with your little finger pointed in the direction you want. Yeah, like that. Now, stand in one spot. Now go after her right there in front of the saddle. That's it. Now, if she flinches like that, don't follow through with the hit. Okay. She knows you fixing to hit her.
Okay.
That's what you want.
Okay.
All right, look at that old mare trotting around there. All right, get your little stop. All right, now when you get ready to stop.
I wasn't sure what you did with
that's
that.
all right. That's all right. That's all right. That's all right. What you're going to do when you get ready to stop your horse is going in such a direction. All right, you run your hand down your rope, bring your hand to your belt buckle, and stare the rear end away.
Okay.
All right, what you're doing with that move is you're closing the door on that direction. All right, you're telling that horse, I want you to go this way, Get up. Thank you. Now whose feet moved? Hers. Get up. Thank you. All right. Yeah, I'm serious. All right. So you run your hand up the rope, close the door on that direction. All right?
Okay.
Good. Get her to go the other way now. Don't you dare run off, you bastard. Come on. Don't you dare run off. Don't run off. Don't run off. Thank you. Don't back up. If you're going to take steps with your horse, take steps forward. There you go. Atta girl. Good. Good. Now get you a little stop. Don't stare the rear end. Stare the rear end. That's it. Yeah. When you shut that shoulder, stare that rear end away. Okay. It'll have to be pretty dramatic right at first. After a while, it can be very subtle because they'll be figuring out. Horses are very, very good at reading your body language. And after a while, when you get ready to stop them, all you do is this. So you just tip that head, you just tip your hat. And they're going, oh, okay, I'm done. All right. So right at first, you exaggerate to teach. Okay? Exaggerate to teach your horse. You make it big, you make it bold. It's kind of like with Jasper trying to back up. Make it big, make it bold, go after that. And then the next thing you know, as you walk into your horse, they back away from you. All right, because what they begin to start reading is, they start reading your intention. All right, what you put in your mind goes in your body. All right, so if your intention is to get your horse to back up, that intention goes in your body. If your intention is to get your horse to go to the right, that intention is in your body. All right, that's what we talk about when we talk. Get over here. Get over here. Get over here, you scoundrel, you. I know you hate it when I tell you you made a mistake. Thank you. All right, now why didn't I crucify her when she pawed out like that? She did. She absolutely did. She thought better of it, didn't she? That was me accepting her opinion. All right, I know you don't want to. This is just not going to be one of your days. You hear that? Just, oh my God, here we go again. All right? I'll take some of that from a horse like this because I know when I get on her and push come to shove, she's going to say, okay, let's go. I am not going to remove the personality from my horse. Just like I'm not going to remove Jasper's personality. I'm not going to remove the personality of the horse. What I want to do is for the horse to exhibit his personality subordinate to what I'm asking. It's like you can have an opinion, all right? You're still going to do what I want you to do, but you can definitely have an opinion if you want to have one. Some horses do. Some horses just go, okay, whatever you want to do. I'm right here. They're just like they're just like Labrador retrievers. Let's go, let's go, let's go. You know, some of them are like blue heelers. Well, I don't really want to do that right now. You know. So that's not my goal as a trainer, is to remove their personality. My goal as a trainer is to make them comfortable being my subordinate. All right, that's why I'm telling you, and every time I'll tell you, it's assertive, not aggressive. The only time I'll ever get aggressive with a horse is if they're aggressive to me first. If they come at me like they're going to get me, by God, I'm going to give it back twice as much. They're going to figure out real quick that I'm top dog. Horses don't realize how big they are. So if you get up and get big, the closer you get to them, the bigger you look. All right, so you get up and get big in front of that son gun, he's going to back down, generally, unless you've got a stallion that's been trained otherwise, or a mare that's been trained otherwise. Okay, let's go. Atta girl. Get her to trot just a little bit, or extend her walk, or whichever. There you go. All right, give her the chance when you get ready to stop her. Before you pull too hard, just touch. Just give her a touch. Give her a touch and a stare. Instead of pulling her, all right, because what you want her to stop off of is just that look. If you pretend that that lead rope is a spider web, if you pull it too hard, it'll break. All right, so realize that the horse can feel a fly anywhere on their body. So if you move that rope any, she can feel that. All right, you want her to respond to your lightest touch, so start with your lightest touch. Don't start with your heaviest. Now, if I say anything that doesn't make sense to somebody, please, I'll explain it. Just holler out. There you go. All right, now it's been my general experience that you need to let her go just a little bit. Gaited horses, it's hard to do. You know, it's hard for them to trot in a circle like that. All right, you've got a minimum diameter that's comfortable for your horse to walk. So if you're asking them to do something that's physically impossible for them to do, that's your fault. All right, so if you're going to work her on the ground like that, and you're going to ask her to really get out and gait, all right, you need to give her enough room to actually physically be able to do it. So you need to trust her on a longer line. So she's trying to give you what you want, but she really kind of physically can't do it. So good job. Let her back up. That's right, back up. There you go. Good, good, yeah. And for those of you that don't know, this is really an Appaloosa horse.
Is that what they call leopard spotted?
That's a leopard spotted Appaloosa. He's a pretty nice looking colt, isn't he? Well, meaning I just colt loosely because he's a male horse. I mean, you know, he's not a stallion. So, how old is he, Rebecca?
7.
Okay, well, he is a gelding then. Full-fledged horse.
I'm telling you, what do you do with him? Right now, this. What did he have? I was just trying to talk because he's in such good condition. Muscles and everything.
There you go. Let him walk.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
Okay, whoa only means stop. So pick another word.
Easy.
Something easy. Yeah, most of the time I'll do an easy. On a transition, back when I was showing Western Pleasure horses, if they were loping and we just sit down a little bit and say easy, I expect them to trot. If they're trotting, easy, you expect them to slow down. Just like when you're clucking on the way up. If you're walking, I cluck, I want you to trot. If you're trotting, I cluck, I want you to lope. All right, so it's just kind of it just kind of clarifies the whole thing, because when I say whoa, I want it shut down from now on. All right, let's get a little change of direction on him. All right, now does everybody notice how once in a while he just kind of looks away? Okay, how do we fix that? No. How do we fix that? We change directions. Every time the horse looks away from us, we have lost his attention. All right? Whether you're on him riding, or whether you're leading him across the parking lot, whether you're leading him in from the barn, as soon as that horse looks away, you've lost him. Unless he looks and comes with you in one eye and ear and asks you, what's that over there? Okay? They can do that, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. They'll look and look back and go, what was that? Did you see that? All right. Well, see how he every once in a while he'll put an ear back on you? Okay, that's him checking in with her.
So it's okay that he's looking?
It's okay that he looks around some, but when he pulls on you, he needs to change direction. Okay. As long as I don't care if he's looking out. See how he's got his ear on you? He's listening. All right, now what's he telling you? I'm tired of doing that crap. Let's do something else. Well, you know what? We don't care that he's tired of doing it. We're asking him to do it anyway. There you go. Now get your little stop. There you go. Back him up a little bit. Okay, good. He's gonna make you a nice horse. Right now he's a little, he doesn't believe you yet. He doesn't believe you yet. All right, so what he doesn't believe, we're gonna have to make him believe. Okay. All right, so what we're gonna do, push over, buddy. Push over, buddy. Push over, buddy. Push over. Thank you. Now that's better. Come on. So what we're going to do is, when we ask him to go, stare that shoulder. All right? Look at his shoulder when you ask him to go. Get around here. All right, you see how I lost him completely? Okay. So here we go, we'll change direction. All right, as long as he's got an eye or an ear on me, see how that ear keeps going back and forth? No, I didn't ask you to do that. All right. If that impresses you, you haven't dealt with enough horses. All right? Your horse is going to try to do all kind of things to make you change your mind. In the horse world, that's nothing. Listen. Now go the other way. All right, you see that lick and chew? That was a uh-oh, I better rethink my position here. There you go. Yeah, now you see how he's not pulling on me now? See how you got that ear on me? He's checking me out. See how I look away, but he's still got that ear on me? He's checking me out. All right, now you see him lick? Oh. Listen, 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 listen. Move your rear. Move your rear. Move it, move it, move it, move it, move it. That's it, right there. Come around this way. Move your rear, move your rear, move your rear, move your rear. Move it, move it, move it. I know, you're very talented. I want you to step across. Step, not jump. Step. Step across. Step across. Thank you. Step across. Thank you. Step across. Step across. Thank you. All right. You see how he says, woo-hoo! Oh my God, oh my God. Yes, he's the Labrador. Oh. All right. But he's kind of more like the pom-pom Chihuahua type. That's like, woo, woo, woo. Just says light on his feet. But that's not what I was asking him to do. So, you be very specific. Back up. You be very specific with what you want your horse to do. If you want him to bounce around like that, good, reward that. I don't want him bouncing around like that. I want his attention on me, and I want him doing what I'm asking him to do. I'm asking him to step across with his back feet. All right? So all that hippy dippy dippy do he's doing, I'm not impressed with that. That's not what I asked. So you don't take that. You just go, oh yeah, okay, you can do that. Okay, now when you get through playing, we're going to work. All right? So the more you go to work, step across, step across, step across, step across. That a boy. The more you go to work and you're specific, step across, not backwards, step across, step across, step across. Thank you. Step across, step across. Thank you. The more specific you are about what you want, the more specific your horse can give it to you. All right? Nice horse.
Thank you.
He's going to make you a nice horse. All right, let's see. Who's next? Everything here is a halter horse. They all got halters on them. Look, you can't ride a halter horse, believe me.
No, that's a big old. I'm enjoying this.
Absolutely, absolutely. There you go. Ask him to trot a little bit. There you go. Damn, you sure that's not Pepsi?
No, that's what they were teasing. It looks like
He kind of does a little bit, yeah. All right, get your little stop. See if he'll walk a little bit. There you go, good. I tell you what, so far he's been pretty nice. He's been keeping his quiet and all. All right, get your little stop. No, the other way. Stare the other end. Close that shoulder. Close your shoulder on his face and stare that back end away. That's good. That's all right. Try it. There you go. Stare that shoulder away, just like that. All right. Now bring your hand into your belly button, your rein hand, your lead hand, your lead hand, your left hand, your left hand. Bring it into your belt buckle and turn your shoulder toward his butt.
toward his butt.
Yeah, your right shoulder. Look, you run your hand down here and turn this way. All right, what you're doing, this door is open. All right,
Okay.
and what you're doing is you're closing that door.
Okay.
All right, when he's going the other way, you're closing that door.
Okay.
All right, so it's just like slamming a door in his face. All right, good.
Keep it in mind.
Back him up just a little bit. There you go. Don't nag him now. If he's walking, let him walk. If you want him walking faster now, you can get after him. But be consistent with it. As long as he's doing what you want him to do, leave him alone. All right, that was sort of a blur right there. Give him a trot a little bit. There you go. Get your little stop. All right, and stare his rear end now. Don't look at his eyes. When you get him to stop, don't look at his eyes. Ask him to back. All right. There you go. Yep. There you go. Good. 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 Now ask him to back up a little bit. All right. Whoa, 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 whoa. Wait, wait. Hold the end of your rope right there. All right, you're your horse. Okay. Back up. All right, now what did you do? All right. What would you need to do? Just say, okay, back up, back up, back up, back up. All right, and accelerate that. Because you don't want him thinking, oh God, here's this backup thing again. What you want him to do is you want him thinking where I want you to back up. There you go. That's all I want to have to do to get you to back up. See how you've trained him to where you've got the slant on him?
Typically, I don't even use the lead rope like that. When I back him up, I typically just walk and I say back up. Back up
There you
like
go.
that.
That's what I wanted to see.
Yeah.
That's what
I know
wanted.
technically with
I don't, you know what?
groundwork, you're supposed to just wiggle.
You
the
know
rope
what?
and-
There is no technically precise way to do anything.
Oh, good.
All right? The way you do it, the way you teach your horse to respond to it, that's the way to do it.
Yeah, but typically if I just
Alright.
walk toward him, back up, back up, back up, and he'll just back up.
Absolutely. That's great. All right? So it's as little as possible, as much as necessary to get him to do what you want him to do. All right? There is no, down from the mountain carved in the stone where you have to do the lead rope this way. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay, cool.
All right. So what the communication? That's what I'm interested in is how you are communicating with your horse. Now, when you get ready to redirect him, all right, be more precise in what you're thinking.
I think it's more coordination than anything on
Okay.
me thinking about which way I need to turn.
Okay. So what I want you to think about is if he's going this way, you shut the door.
You turn the opposite way.
Exactly. You take that shoulder and shut that door.
Okay.
All right, if he's going this way, all right, and you just look at him going through that door, all right, you take that shoulder and shut the door.
So when you lose, it's basically cutting off eye contact.
Exactly.
Okay.
You're closing that door and you're looking at that rear end.
Okay.
All right, now, will he move his rear end away from you and step across?
He used to. Turn.
All right, now put your rope down first. Ask him to do it first.
Habit.
Ask him to do it first. There you go. Now why swing your rope? You got that on your horse? What's going on with this rope thing? There you go.
I'm hyper, asked Anna.
It's all right.
It's a hyper thing.
You know, I have a lady that comes over here sometimes and takes lessons, and when she's a little bit hyper too, and when she gets ready to do something that she's a little nervous about, she sings Zippity-Doo-Dah. And it works, I gotta tell you. It's like she just goes, pooh. What I'm gonna tell you is when you get ready to do something with your horse, always take a breath. So what happens when you take a breath, you relax in your body into what you're fixing to do. What I generally start out doing with horses, everybody goes through a groundwork program and can successfully do several things that we've been doing here this morning. All right. I like to teach my horse to give to their halter and be sure that they're nice and soft and they're quiet and that they understand that just because things are different doesn't mean they're bad. All right. Most of the time, the horses are creatures of habit, and any kind of thing that they get ingrained into them, they'll get familiar with, and that'll just be the way life is. All right. They're kind of like kids growing up in bad neighborhoods. You know, it's just, well, gunfire every night, but so what? That's just my normal, that's the normal routine. All right, well, what I want them to realize is when I bring them over here is that they're going to be safe, they're secure, they don't have to worry about anything, and that whatever I'm going to do to them, it's not going to hurt them. Or if it hurts, it'll only hurt for a little while. All right? Now, when I first break a horse, the first thing I ride him with is a halter. All right, I'll run my lead rope through. And I get a basic deal on them, where when I ask them to move, they'll give me their head. All right, the first thing you do with your foal is you halter break them. You teach them to give to pressure. You don't drag them around. You teach them to give to pressure. The reward is in the release for your horse. So when they give to that pressure, put the pressure. When they give, you relax the pressure. Okay? Now when you start to bridle your horse, this is the first bit I use. Some kind of old, this is an old driving bit. Lord, I don't know how old this thing is. I inherited it from a friend of mine who inherited it from his daddy, who farmed in Zachary back in the early 1900s. All right, so I have no clue how old it is, but I can tell you it's ancient. All right. So I want the horse to realize that there's really not a whole lot of difference in riding with the halter and riding with the bit. All right, so what I'll do is I'll ask my horse, all right, to open her mouth and take the bit. All right, open your mouth and take the bit. I'm not going to cram it down your throat. You don't have to swallow it. All I want you to do is to put it in your mouth and wallow it around. And I'm going to take it off, I promise. One day, maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but one day I'm going to take it off. All right, so when I ask you, just open your mouth and take the bit. Now, some people pull the ears backwards. All right, some people will take the ears and point them forward, and nobody's right. Everybody's right. It depends on what your horse is comfortable with. I've got a colt in the barn there now he had a bad case of ear mites when he got here. All right, so his deal is don't fool with my ears. All right, because they were so sore for so long. He was a rescue horse, and they were so sore for so long that he couldn't stand it. So to accommodate what he has to offer, what I'll generally do is I'll put the bit on like I do the halter. All right, and I'll ask him to take it, and then I'll buckle it. All right. Eventually, once he gets over, after I do that, I will ask him to let me do something with his ear, and then it's over with. And so by the time he realizes I've done something with his ear, it's over with, so, you know, what's your problem? Okay? So keep in mind that if your horse has been just standing there taking the bridle, and all of a sudden he doesn't want you to put it on him, that's a clue. You know, learn how to read your horse. If he doesn't want you to put your fingers in his mouth, that's a clue. Get your vet to look at him. All right, the way a horse's mouth is made, they have front teeth, they have a space, and then they have their grinding molars in the back. The molars meet each other not head on generally. All right, what the vet will do when he floats your horse's teeth, and that's what they call them, they float them. I don't know why they call it that, but they do. But your horse's teeth will grow at an angle. The bottom ones will grow out like this, and the top ones grow in like so. All right, and they grind like this. All right, there are times, if your veterinarian will tell you, your horse has points. What's happened is these teeth are not hitting to wear the points off of the edges of their teeth. So as the teeth keep growing, and your horse's teeth grow throughout his lifetime until he reaches about the age of 25 or so. And then they stop growing, and then they wear off to nothing, and eventually they lose them. If they live long enough, they'll lose them all except some in the front. And in which case, as a horse begins to lose his teeth, you have to alter your feeding program, because they'll reach a point in their life, and believe me, I've had them till the age of 36. They reach a point in their life that they can no longer, they can't grind their grass. They can't grind their hay. All right, so watch what your horse is doing. And if one of these days you see a big hay ball in his feed trough, or you see him spit out a big grass ball, what they'll do is they'll get what they can, nibbling off with their front teeth. They'll roll it around in there and mash it, just like an old man with chewing tobacco, suck all the juice out of it, and then spit the grass out. They'll spit the wad. All right, if your horse has a problem with his teeth, you will find grass balls or hay balls in the stall. You need to contact your veterinarian and be sure that if your horse is dropping a lot of feed, you need to call your vet. You need to have those teeth looked at. All right? I know, I'm coming. All right, so where your bit is going to sit properly is in the gap between the front teeth and the back teeth. If you have your bit too high up, you're going to make pressure, and if y'all want to get in a little closer, you're welcome to. If you have your bit too high up, see, this mare's teeth are right here. All right, see where that hump is right here? See where this lump is right here? That's her back teeth right there. If you have your bit up too high and the bit is banging those teeth, every time you pick up on it, your horse is going to throw your head. All right? Consequently, if your bit is way down here and your horse does this constantly, trying to get the bit picked up in his mouth, all right, that's like having a hair on your tongue. Okay? So that's not a comfortable position. All right, if you have a strong stomach, you can actually reach in and grab your horse's tongue. Give it here. Give it. Get. Give it here. All right, and you can see that there is an indentation between the front part of the tongue and the back. All right. Now, a lot of people will tell you, oh man, I sent my horse to vet and he almost cut my horse's tongue off. You see this indentation right here?
Yeah.
Don't bite my finger, you devil, you. Come here.
Oh my gosh.
See that indentation right there?
Oh,
All right. What that is the way the horse's tongue is made is it's used as a block to keep the grass that they're biting off of separated from the grass they're chewing. All right, so there is a normal hump in the tongue. Now, if that is sliced across and the tongue is only like this, yeah, your trainer did screw up your horse's tongue. All right, but just because the tongue goes and then it has a hump in it doesn't mean that there was anything done mistreated with your horse. You need a vet, horse. Dang, your teeth are sharp. Anyway, all right, so that's a proper adjustment on your bridle will be by looking at, people tell you, look at their lips, and you can do it that way. Some people will tell you no wrinkle. All right, some people will tell you one. What I'm going to tell you is generally acceptable to your horse is one wrinkle or just touching the corner of their mouth. Your horse will tell you. If you put the bit on him and it's too low, he's just going to keep trying to spit it out. If it's too high, they're going to open their mouth. Every time you pick it up or pull up on it, they're going to open their mouth. All right. What I will do when I first start bitting a horse, since I already rode them with the halter, I'll let them just carry the bit for a day or so. And I'll just ride with the halter and let that bit just hang there. Consequently, when I get done riding my horse and working my horse, If that horse is just getting used to the bit, I'll leave them tied up with that bit just hanging on them. Tied with the halter, all right? And if a horse is really bad about trying to take a bit or getting used to a bit, I've had them that I've even left the bit on them for a day or so and let them figure out how to eat and drink with that. So they will realize that for the rest of their life, I'll put something in their mouth and they're got to be okay with that. And it's not going to stop them from eating, and it's not going to stop them from drinking, because that's the two things they worry the most about. Eating, drinking. And sleeping is number 3. All right? After the horse has figured out how to handle this bit being in her mouth, I will go to showing her that the bit is nothing more than an extension of my hand. Oh, Heather rode my saddle yesterday. And that they need to bend and give and flex with the bit. All right? Now, that is not to say I put a metal bar in your mouth and I can yank your head off. I want to teach my horse to respond, just like we did from the ground, to a light touch, all right, so that when I ask the mare to give me her head, see her drop her nose? All right, and I ask her to back up just a little bit. I want a nice, easy, collected back up. If I don't have that in this bit, I'll go to something else. I have to have in this bit the horse knowing the idea that when I ask her to bend, she's got to bend. When I ask her to give me her head, she's got to give me her head in both directions. I will not go to a different bit until the horse understands that she's got to give me her head from side to side. Now, anybody who's watched Clinton Anderson knows that he says the key to vertical flexion is lateral flexion. Lateral movement is the key to vertical movement. All right? If your horse won't give you her head to the side, your horse won't give you her head when you ask her to come into the bit. When you drive your horse into the bridle, if they don't understand how to give to the side, they'll never understand how to drop that chin. Now, if you pull on your horse and the first thing your horse does is root their head up, you don't have them.
I have a question on that.
Okay.
Vertical flexion.
Uh-huh.
What is your cue to give them the vertical?
I pick up
Just pick.
and I ask. When I ask and put pressure, that's where it comes from. That's it. I'm going to pick up and ask her. I'm not asking her to back up. I'm asking her to drop her chin.
I didn't know where your hands
All
hung.
right. All right. As far as your hands go, your hands are going to be, number one, as quiet as possible. All right. Just like we talked about with your rope, what do? All right. We want to do as little as possible, but as much as necessary to get that head around. All right. So that's where my hands are going to be. I'm going to pull directly to the hip that I want that side to go to. And soon as I get a softness in her face, I'm going to let it go. Now you see, I'm not just giving a just haul off and yank. All right, and you see how that's just kind of, I don't like it when you do that. See how she's just kind of, all right. What I'm doing is I'm asking and release, ask 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 and release. All right? It's not just a, give me your head, now give me your head, now give me your head. All right, now you see what I get? All right, what I'm getting is my horse telling me, God dog, you hadn't given me a chance to do it. All right, so Give me your head. Thank you, dear. I appreciate that. Now touch my foot all the way. Thank you. All right? And don't be shy about thanking your horse. All right? I talk to him all day long. I'm out here, you know, and I'll be riding around there, and I'll tell him, hey, get that shoulder up there. And I had a lady ask me the other day, said, do you really think that horse understands you? I said, no, but it makes me focus exactly what I want this horse to do. All right? It makes me sit and push and pull exactly the way I want this horse to be. All right? Once I get what I want with this bridle, and the horse has the general idea and the general gist of what I want to happen, then the next bit I go to is a twisted wire snaffle. Now, if you'll notice, all these bits are curved. Look at it from the side. See how it fits in contour with the mouth. All right, a lot of your bits, when your bits will be straight across. It's like the bit D-ring you had a while ago. If a bit is not in contour with your horse's mouth, see how this bit's curved and it's in contour with the mouth. If that bit is straight across, when you pull, that point is going to hit right in the roof of their mouth and they're going to throw their head up. I promise. It's going to happen. All right? So, consequently, if this bit is in contour with their mouth, the first thing I'm going to get when I pull is in contact with the bar of the mouth, not the roof of the mouth. Because I want my horse to realize that I'm going to be working with the bit off the bars because this is what I want to pull on, not punk him in the top of the roof of the mouth. All right?
Why
No.
don't you go to the twisted wire?
Okay.
That one's working.
All right. It works, but I'll show you the difference. This teaching tool is specifically to get the horse to realize that I'm going to pull on them, but they're not hurt. All right? I'm going to pull on you, but if you give, I'm going to give right back. Okay? So, when I ask you to go, I'm going to start driving with my legs. All right, now, when you first get on your horse and start riding your horse, now I'm talking about babies, 2-year-olds, whatever, horses that are beginning their training life. They don't have a clue what kicking them means. You can get on there and you kick that sucker, I guarantee you, the first thing he's going to do is think about bucking you off. Because he doesn't understand. You've put him in a bind and you've attacked him from the top. All right? So, that's one of the reasons that you've taught your horse to move forward when you cluck. Because you're up here and you're going to squeeze him a little bit, and when you go, you want that son gun to speed up a little bit. All right? You don't want to get up here and go, hi-ya, just cowboy out. Heck, I don't want to get bucked off, and I don't ride bucking horses. All right? So, when you get on your horse and you start riding, you got no steering. You know, you're kind of at the mercy of wherever that rascal wants to go. All right, as you get to working them, they figure out how to give to that pressure. All right, so you've bent them around, and you've bent them around. Come on, you scoundrel, you. I know that's your weak spot. All right, and so as I'm bending that horse around, I'm teaching them that when I bump with this inside foot, I want him to turn to this inside. I'm raising that shoulder up and out and getting a bend in my horse. All right. Eventually, just like when a lady wears earrings, you forget they're there. All right. So eventually, the horse stops responding to your pull because you desensitize part of his mouth. That's the nature of the beast. If you leave a bit on the horse long enough, they forget that it's there. All right, so what I'll do from there is to go to a little bit more surface area, is the twisted wire snaffle. They actually will always feel that pull across their bars. All right, whereas this bit here is a solid pressure. All right, and eventually it doesn't feel like anything. All right, but the texture of this twisted wire snaffle right here, just by the very nature of it, the texture of it, they always feel it. Because it's always just like bump, bump, bump. That's what you feel, bump, 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 going across their mouth. All right, so that's what keeps their mouth sensitive. All right. Now, also, if I got, a lot of times horses will get a bit like this and they'll just grab it and hang on to it. And you'll pull and you'll pull and you'll pull and you'll have shoulder surgery and everything else because you've pulled them to the point where you've pulled yourself out. Because this horse's neck is way, way stronger than my shoulder. All right. So what I'll do with that is I'll go to a bit that they don't really quite want to hang on quite so much, which is a bit that has a texture to it. Now your adjustment on your throat latch and on your bridle, we talked about how low to put the bit in there. If you got your throat latch too tight, like right here, when your horse gets ready to put his head back like that, see how you're choking him? All right. Consequently, if I put it down here and that horse rakes his head off, the bridle comes right out. So there's a happy medium in there where they can't pull it off of their head, but yet they can bend and flex and you're not in the way. If you have your chin strap too tight on your throat latch strap too tight on your bridle, your horse cannot get his head down there. All right, so think about that when you get ready to tighten it. How tight do you want your girdle? You know, you want it tight enough where you're not uncomfortable, but you want it loose enough to where it doesn't fall off down around your knees, because that's embarrassing. Now, after a horse understands how to get pulled around, thank you, Cindy. After a horse understands how to get pulled around and understands that he's supposed to be giving and bending and flexing, then when I put that twisted wire snaffle on him and ask him to really bend and gather up, they'll start giving me a little more collection, a little bit more respect. All right, see how this mare doesn't want to lean on that bit. She wants to stay up, and she doesn't want me pulling on it. All right? Now the reason I'm using this mare here today is because I can ride her with anything. That's my goal with the horse. I want the horse to understand that it's not the bit, it's my hands. All right, I could take this bit right here and kill this mare with it. I can make her just run completely to the other side of the country when I get ready to ride her. if I have bad hands, you can use the lightest bit in the world and have bad hands and you will kill your horse. You can have the most severe bit that anybody in the whole world ever made, use it with good hands and your horse won't mind it. If you've got a really nice bit on your horse, you got it on correctly, you've got the curb on there correctly, and your horse is still giving you really a big problem, you need to go back and examine your training method. You need to examine your hands. And you need to figure out, as long as that horse's teeth are in good shape, why is he doing what he's doing? Now, after I put this bit on there, I'm going to require that my horse give me more bend and more flex. All right, I'm going to require that when I put that inside leg, I want that head looking at me. Why? Why do I want that to happen? Besides paying attention, what is our ultimate goal? Our ultimate goal is to ride one-handed and have the horse watch where they're going and do what pay attention to what you're doing. All right, if you're riding your horse, who's watched reining on TV? All right, everybody's watched those reining horses. Boy, those son of guns are flying around there and the horse is just looking and bent right in there where he's supposed to be. How do you think they got him to do that? When that horse looks off in the opposite direction, they'll take that inside foot and say, look over here now. Take that inside foot and say, look over here now. See that mare bending her head toward that inside leg? And when I get ready to change directions, I'm telling her to bend your head, bend your head, bend your head, bend your head, bend your head. Come on. Bend your head. Atta girl. Bend your head. Look at that foot. Look at that foot. All right, so when you get ready to change directions on your horse, if your horse is looking wrong side out, don't pull harder. What does that do? When you pull your horse's head across this way, what does that do? It turns their head the wrong direction. All right, so we start out with direct rein with the intention of riding single-handedly. All right, so we teach the horse that when this rein touches your neck, you should be looking this direction. All right? That's where that bend comes from. Come on, you devil, you. Let's go. Get out here. All right? Now, once the horse figures out how to go and bend and flex, what happens when I pull straight back on this bit? I get a direct pull. If I pull up, the head goes up. If I pull down, the head goes down. See how that works? See how I pull up like this here, head goes straight up. And when I pull down like this, you see how that head comes down. Okay, this bit gives me flexibility to help my horse know where I want them to put their head. All right, does that make sense to everybody? Okay, once my horse understands how to handle a bit, they understand that when I'm moving my legs, they actually mean something. I'm not just up there dancing just to be doing a jig. When I pull on this inside rein and bump with this inside foot, I want you to turn your head this way, keep those shoulders standing up, and bend into that turn. Okay? Once they understand that, then I'll go to something else.
Might be a mess.
That's all right. The next thing I'll go to is just a little short shank snaffle bit. I see several people are riding in these. It's a short shank snaffle bit, but it also has a contour to the mouthpiece. All right? See how it's bent? See how it circles? You see how it's made like the horse's mouth is made? It's not straight across this way.
Would that be in comparison to a tom thumb?
This is a tom thumb is a similar type of bit, an Argentine snaffle. This snaffle bit right here is based on an Argentine snaffle bit. Now, some of them you'll see, particularly on your tom thumbs, they'll have a straight shank. Excuse me. They'll have a straight shank. I'm not fond of that because I like to have my horse understand that when I, hold this just a second, just like that.
I'm a horse.
Yeah, you're the horse, all right? When I pick up on that bit, I want them to realize that I have leverage. All right, and you see how that shank is curved already to indicate that leverage. All right, I want you to drop your head and come back to me. Drop your head, come back to me. All right, that's what that little bend in there is for. Some horses like a straight shank. I mean, yeah, that's I'm just going to have to tell you. You have to bow to what your horse likes. And there's enough different kinds of bits in the world that you can find one that your horse will accommodate. Now, I like and ride this mare in habitually now. I have a short shank, medium port correction bit. The reason it's a correction bit is because it's broken in the middle, it's broken on the sides, and it has a port. All right, I don't like a high port. This really probably is considered a low port right here.
What it is in the middle is that's what's called a
That's the port, is the piece in the middle that pops up and down. It's the difference between a snaffle bit and a port bit is this shape of this deal right here. So what happens is this mare already knows how to handle a snaffle bit because it's broken in the middle and it's broken on the sides. This little port here gives me a little bit more room for her tongue, and it also, if I have to pull it back a little bit much, it encourages her to give me more tuck on her chin. I use this bit a lot. So much so that I bought two more just like it. But they're not exactly like it, so. They're all Greg Darnell. They're all handmade by him, so consequently they're not all exactly alike, but they're very, very similar.
made by who?
Greg Darnell.
Where would you get that?
You can order them anywhere. National Roper Supply has them, and I bought these at Foster's in Crum, Texas, but anyway. Yeah, closer, right. More than likely you'd have to order one, just because I'm gonna be honest with y'all, there's really not a whole lot of great tack places around anymore. Saks is about the most diverse, but you got to know what you're looking for when you go in there. It's in Gonzales. They've been around for, God, I don't know, 50 years, I guess. People have gotten away from tack just because it's a lot of inventory, and most people now don't really know what they're looking for. They want something cheap, so most of it's just faux leather made in China somewhere and throw it together and punch out bits with a machine. That's one way to do it, but it's not the best way to do it for your horse. Because if you want your bit to fit your horse, you need to actually look at the way your bit's made. All right. So once you figure out, your horse figures out what they need to be doing and how, then I'll put this bridle on this mare because, see, when I pick up on it, see, I get a lot of respect out of this. All right. So when I ask her to do something, and give and bend and flex, she's right there under my hand. All right. She's right there under me. She knows, she's got respect for it, and it takes just, I mean, it's just a feather touch. All right, that's what you're looking for on your horse. You don't want to be pulling on one. I mean, it's not supposed to be a muscle man contest. It's supposed to be nice and easy, and it's not supposed to be a fight. All right, well, it starts out a fight for about the first 3 days. Once you get your horse figuring out that he's going to lose that battle every time, he'll give it up. He will give it up. All right? So everybody show me your bridle. I want to watch you put it on your horse. That's good. See how your bit, now let's look at it. See how your bit's got some contour to it? And see how you got your angles. Now, what's going to give you a difference in your leverage is the difference between where it's hanging and where your mouthpiece is.
Okay.
All right, let me see this one. See the difference in the length of those.
Right.
This bit has more leverage than this one.
Okay.
All right, which is absolutely fine.
Okay.
But it should fit in your horse's mouth, and he should be just happy as a clam. There you go. Now I want to talk about adjustment of curb strap. All right, a lot of bits are made with a curb strap hole area. All right, if this right here is doing you absolutely no good.
Too long.
There is so much space in between there that when you pick up on it, it doesn't engage until you get way back here.
Okay.
Which means your hand's going to be way up here. All right. So what I'd like to see you do.
There's no more holes.
No more holes. So what we'll do with that is we won't worry about that little extra thing that the manufacturer put on there.
Okay.
And we'll come on up here and put that curb strap up here.
I didn't even know you could do that.
Absolutely. All right. Which will give it, you go ahead and do that one and I'll fix this side. All right. Now you see, now you're engaged right there.
Sometimes he does kind of start fussing with me about right here.
All right.
See,
What I
pull
want
it
you
up.
to do is
Okay.
stick this thumb right in through there. There you go. That's it. That's it, just like so.
I can get him to do it, but
Yeah.
I like him to do it better.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, that's just going to be some practice.
Yeah.
And if he keeps on giving you problems, when he gets ready to put his head up, just leave the halter on him. Get ready to put your bridle on. If he gives you trouble with his head up like that, you just start backing him up and making him move his feet, back and forth, back up, go this way, go that way. Now stand still, let me put the bridle on.
Okay.
You don't want to stand still yet? Okay, move your feet, move your feet, move your feet, move your feet, move your feet.
Okay. Now is this too tight? I'm almost.
You got
concerned that this is
almost,
too small.
yeah, that's fine, right there.
Okay. Now the other side is on the second one,
Doesn't matter.
so that's okay.
That doesn't have to be.
Okay.
Look,
Doesn't
when
have
you
to
get
be the
through,
same.
step around to the front. When you get through putting your bridle on and you look, see how this side's longer than that side? That's what that brow band's for.
Okay.
You just pull it over there and straighten it up.
Okay.
There you
Don't
go.
have to
And then your brow band and your chin strap's going to hold it where it belongs.
Okay.
All right. You don't have to have the same distance on your bridle from one side to the other. I've got bridles over there that's only got adjustment on one side. This is a stainless steel bit that's just fine. A lot of horses like stainless. A lot of horses like what they call sweet iron, and all that means is
usually use a
it's going to
copper bit.
rust. All right?
Yeah.
Now, a lot of horses like the copper. Now, copper will make them salivate more. It depends on what the horse likes. I've had horses that couldn't stand the taste of stainless steel in their mouth. I've had horses that when you put a copper bit in there, they just foam at the mouth. All they just, I mean, you know, they're
Well, I use both. That's what
saliva.
I wanted to ask you. I
Yes.
use both, and he's very hyper.
Uh-huh.
He's just a hyper horse. He's constantly,
Yeah, he looks hyper.
pulls on, well, he doesn't look hyper right now, but he is. We match our personalities match. But he
Good.
grabs this shank
Uh-huh.
constantly while we ride,
Uh-huh.
and he puts it in his mouth and
Plays with it.
yeah, he plays with it constantly, and then if he wants to go, like if I'm holding him back, he'll grab the shank because he knows I have no control.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Not that
Yeah.
I can't get it away from him. It's just.
Yeah.
But
All
do you
right.
think it's a
What I
team
would
problem?
do with this horse, from what you're describing, what I would do with this horse is put him in the arena. Now, I know y'all, everybody likes to trail ride. I like to trail ride too. But all of your training is going to be done in a controlled environment. The most controlled environment you have is in an arena. I would put this horse in a twisted wire snaffle
Without a shank.
without a shank. I would teach him, go back a little bit, back up some, teach him to bend and flex and understand how to give. All right? Once he understands how to give, then go back to this bit.
But he doesn't.
Well, it's a Brenda Imus.
Okay.
It's a walk, you know.
Yeah.
A walking
Walking
trainer.
horse bit,
It,
right.
It does bend
Yep.
all ways and
Yep.
all of that. A little curve
Right.
in here.
Now what-
Copper thing.
That's just something to play
Just
with.
something to play with.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what
And
good it
they'll
does.
either, well, that and it gives you a little bit of copper in there, whereas a whole mouthpiece would make them salivate more. A little bit, you know, and
Yeah.
everybody's got their own ideas about what to do. That's
Exactly.
what I say. There's how many thousands of bits. Apparently she doesn't mind it, so, you know.
No.
If you're happy with the way your horse is moving, the way your horse is traveling, the way your horse is responding, don't change. I'm not here to change anything. I'm just
Right.
here to make it better.
Right.
Same thing. All right. That's good. All right, now show me what kind of curb you got.
This
How much you generally
the
put.
third one. I went to the third.
All right. What I'd like to see you do is put a little bit more curb on him,
Okay.
where when you put your fingers through there,
Okay.
all right, you can get them through there, but yet it doesn't hang down.
Okay.
See, when you get him down here, see how this hangs all the way here?
Yes, I
Well, you
see.
got nothing,
Okay.
all right? So you just will not have a curb if you're gonna have that much curb.
All right.
So just put about yay much on there, all right? Yeah.
So you can fit on.
Yeah, just so you can fit your fingers through there. And see what's happening with this bit. What will happen with this bit? See how since it has no curve in it at all, when you pull back and it hits the bars of her mouth, that's going to stick straight up.
Okay.
All right. And that's the only thing that I have against these little bits is because if it depends on the horse. Now, if your horse loves this bit, you're in great shape. All right. But you see how anytime you pick up here, you've got a straight pull.
Yeah.
All right, and it's gonna pull. When you pull, it's gonna go like so,
Yeah.
and stick straight up to her top of her mouth.
I'll get the
All right,
jerking of the head.
and that's when you get that head popping up.
Okay.
All right, so if you look for, and we can experiment around. I got a couple of them over there. If you want to use a different one on her today, I got one. I'll loan you.
Okay.
All right, and we'll put it on there and we'll try it. All right, see what I got here is, see you got a little curve on your shank right here. It's not straight like this one.
Yeah.
You got a little curve on it, and see your mouth is contoured here. All right, whereas this one is not.
Okay.
Open up. That girl. All right. But you see how this bit hangs down even, and then it's got a little drop in it?
Yeah.
And so when you pick up, you're already asking your horse to give.
Okay.
All right, if you're using a mountain block, you need to teach your horse how to stand at the block. All right, if you're using a mountain block, your horse has to understand what it is and why it is. Okay, some horses have never seen them before. Some horses don't understand where they came from. So if you got something that you're gonna stand on, you need to teach your horse how to actually handle that situation. All right. So once your horse is figured out that he's okay, all right, don't sneak around him with the mountain block. All right? This is not something that should be any different than a bale of hay. All right? Your horse should not go, oh man, there's that thing. What is it? So you go through with your groundwork, desensitize your horse to the mounting block. All right? So that it doesn't matter where it is. He doesn't care where it is. I may want to get on the back way. I mean, you know, he needs to understand that the mounting block is just a tool. And your horse cannot be afraid of your tools. If your horse is afraid of your whip, you need to do some desensitization. If your horse is afraid of a bag, you need to do desensitization. If your horse is afraid of the tarp, you need to do desensitization. All right? If your horse is unfamiliar with the mounting block, you need to desensitize first before you do anything else. All right? Don't expect him to just walk up there and stand there when he doesn't know what's expected of him. Does anybody watch Dogs in the City? No? New show coming on, Dogs in the City. Okay, the biggest thing that I picked up, and I watch every kind of training show because you can always pick up something from everybody. All right, so the biggest thing this guy is, don't tell me what you don't want to happen. Tell me what you do want to happen. All right, don't tell me, well, I just don't want him running around when I climb up there. What do you want to happen? My desire is for my horse to stand still until I decide it's time to walk away. Now realize that you cannot make your horse stand still. You can't make him do it. He's too big. When they feel like they need to move their feet, they're going to move their feet. It's like me. When I get nervous, I chew my fingernails. Try to make me stop. I can't. It's just in there. I've got to go do something else. If I start chewing my fingernails, that's the clue for me to get up and go do something. All right, so when your horse starts moving his feet, that's your cue to move his feet even more. Okay? So what's going to happen is we're desensitized to the mountain block. We're completely desensitized to the mountain block. Yeah, you were sleeping, weren't you? We're completely desensitized to the mounting block. All right? Then when you get up there, thank you, and get down. And you climb up. Thank you, and get down. Let him realize that just because you grew 2 feet doesn't mean that you're any different. Okay? So he needs to understand. The next thing you do is I want your horse to take a peek at where you are. Even if you're mounting from the ground, your horse should be aware that you're mounting. It's like, don't look off over there. I'm getting on over here. All right? Because it's like I've said before, there are several times in your horseback riding experience that you're going to be exposed. But you are never more exposed than you are from here to here. All right? If you're right here and your horse goes to run off, you can step down. If you are right here and your horse goes to run off, he can kill you. So that sucker's got to be still while you're getting on. Oh, my horse won't be still when I get on. Well, before you get him, before you get ready to move on, get on. Work that son of a gun out. All right? Just like the little spotted horse here. When we get ready to get on him, and he wants to go round and round. Thank you for reminding me you need to go round and round and round and round and round. Go around. Lunge your horse from standing on your mountain block. He needs to realize that just because you grew 2 feet, that's nothing different. All right? I'll do that when I'm out there and I've got young horses. I want them to realize that I'm not always the same height. I'll get up and I'll sit on the fence and lunge them back and forth. Hey, buddy, I'm up here. Lunge that scoundrel back and forth. If they are not used to you being above them, why in the heck would you get up there? I mean, you know, I've had people say, well, I get somebody stand on the fence, my horse shies every time. I said, you're riding this fool? You know, what's going on with that? Your horse has to be desensitized from up above before you ever climb up there. All right, so once you get up there, your horse needs to stand still until you get set and ready to go. All right? So, to teach your horse to do that, you get on and just expect him to stand still. Don't ask him to, expect it. If the horse walks away when you are going to get on, put him back where he was. Your horse feels the energy in your seat when you sit down. All right? So what you want him to realize is just because I'm wallowing around up here doesn't mean anything to you. Desensitize. I'm going to pet you. All right? I'm going to pull your hair. I'm going to straighten your mane. We're going to wallow around here. All this stuff means nothing. First thing I want you to do is turn your horse loose, because there is no way in his whole arena that he can go except round and round. Horses walk at different speeds. You can modify how your horse is walking by making circles. Now you see him look off like that? Make your little, just bring him back to you. Bring him back to you. Just easy, 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 easy. Don't drop your shoulder. Don't drop your shoulder. Don't drop your shoulder. Just ask. All right, when you get ready to turn him around, don't drop your shoulder this way. All right, your spine should be parallel with your horse. Your hips should be perpendicular to your horse's spine. And your shoulders should be perpendicular to your horse's spine, parallel with your hips. All right. Now, when he starts getting kind of wallowing around and being silly like that, just take one rein, and ask him to just come back to you. Easy. Not two. Let that other one out. There you go. There you go. That's better. Just ask him to come back to you. When he looks away, see, that's one thing that's got him all shook up. He's looking off out there. Look at him. See him looking away? All right, remember how we had him on the ground and we kept asking him to come back to us? All right? We changed direction to get his attention back. All right, so you just change direction. You ask him to come around, ask him to come around, ask him to come around. Easy, easy. Don't pull him around. Just ask. Don't pull. Just ask. Good. Now drop your rein. Ask. Just let him walk. There you go. Don't be afraid. Take a breath. Take a breath. You, not him. Take a breath. When he gets to doing too fast, just ask him to come around with that one rein. Just ask him with that one rein. Just come back to you. Come back to you. There you go. Come back to you. Come back to you. Drop your rein. All right. Your horse will never ride on a loose rein if he never practices. Okay? Horses that are excitable, are taught to be excitable, he has no clue he can go slow.
No, it's me. I'm telling you.
He has no clue that he can go slow with you. So you're going to have to teach him that he can go slow with you.
Okay.
All right? So,
And I don't want to go fast.
that's all right. Just ask him to just bend around. Just bend. Trust him. Don't pull on him. Trust him. If he gets going too fast, just ask him to come around with that one rein. Just ask him, give me your head, take it easy, and come around. That's my boy. Slack your head, drop your head. Much better. Get his attention back. When he looks off, ask him to come around. Ask him, come around, come around, come around. Get your attention, come around. That's it. Good, good, Good. Slack your reins. That's it. Good. That's better. Bring him around. Bring him back around. See, he's looking for something to get him. He doesn't trust that you're going to handle it. Just bring him around. There you go. That's it. Drop your rein. That's better. That's better. Now, you see how when he looked off that time, how that ear came back on you? Good. He's asking you, do I need to look off over here? And you're telling him, no, you don't. Don't drop your shoulder. You. You drop yours, you make him drop his. That's it. You don't drop it. There you go. If you're going to look down from your neck. Don't look down from your shoulder. All right, stand still just a second. All right, now look down and drop your shoulder. You feel what happens to your pelvis? You feel how you're pushing that pelvis out? All right, well, what's going to happen is that back end's going to scoot out on you. All right, now sit up straight and look straight down at your foot. Now, what happened to your horse? You didn't give him any cue with your seat. Okay? So when you're directing your horse, don't look down this way and drop over. Because if you collapse your back, all right, then he's going to collapse his shoulder to raise your weight. Okay?
And I understand the balance thing. I just never thought about that.
There you go. Good. Ask him to come around that front. All right, now when you cue with that front leg, don't let it get too far back. Look, watch, watch, watch. When you ask your horse to come around, you want him bending around and you want him to keep moving forward. All right, so you don't want that rear end to get out of direction. You want him bent around your barrel when you're coming, all right, but you don't want to lose your impulsion. All right, so if I'm coming around the barrel and I bump her back here, what happens to her back end? See, I'll lose all my impulsion and spin that rear end around. So what I want to ask is, with this inside foot, keep your shoulder up. Just keep your shoulder up. All right, and then with the outside foot toward the back, I'm going to tell her, don't lose your impulsion. Okay, so I've got the inside foot telling her, don't drop your shoulder into the barrel, and the outside, but she's still, but not, and then she's coming around, all right, but we've still got forward momentum. Okay, so if you let that inside foot get too far back and push, you'll lose your forward motion, and you'll lose time on your barrel. Don't give up, don't give up, don't give up. Don't give up. Just hold it. You know, you got to let her soften. She's got to soften. She's got to soften. Hold it, hold it. She's got to soften. Give me your head. Now see, all this backing up and all this stuff, that doesn't impress me. All that moving around, that's not impressing me. Give me your head. Thank you. Give me your head. Give me your head. Thank you. Give me your head. Give me your head. There you go. Give me your head. That's better. Give me your head. Give me your head. Give me your head. Now that's better. Now you see that soften? Mm-hmm. See her soften? Yeah. And you see that ear come back on you and she just like, oh well, I surrender. All right? Now what you're going to be able to do is just build up to getting her to come all the way around. Okay. You're going to ask. Now, see what we're getting? Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate that. Now, can you give me a little more? Give me some more. Give me some more. That's it. Give me some more. That's it. Yeah, that a girl. There you go. And so just be sure that when you ask, if you have to ask, hold the rein. You're the horse. If you have to ask, you know, don't just sit like hold this. Yeah. All right, because what that does, it gives her something to brace against. Mm-hmm. You don't want to give her anything to brace against. Okay. So if you're going this way, she keeps on feeling you, and eventually she's going, ah, dang, what do you, quit pulling on me. Okay. All right? Okay. There you go. Now, there you go, good, that's great. If I was gonna do something with her, I'd go back to, in the arena, I'd go back to my snaffle, my regular old ring snaffle, and I'd start teaching her to bend and give and flex.
Okay.
I'd start that all over again.
Okay.
All right, because it's either been so long that she forgot it,
Uh-huh.
or she never knew it to begin with,
Okay.
which is probably more likely. All right, who's got problems? Okay, what you got?
I got I think the same thing she has, except maybe in a little more contained package.
All right.
Real nosy. You got to pay attention to everything else. I gotta
Okay.
find something to booger at.
All right, let's walk.
Okay.
And every time he looks away, I want you to turn him around. Drop your rein. Give him some slack. Just give him some slack. There you go. Now, every time you feel like you've lost his attention, make a circle around me.
Now.
Make a circle around me. All right. Now, when you pull, don't drop your shoulder. Reach up with this hand and pull that head this way.
Okay.
Easy, easy. Just direct it. You don't want to be yanking on it. Just direct it.
Toward.
That's it. Yeah, toward your hip. Yeah, there you go. All right. Make that little circle. See him bending and flexing?
Yes.
All right. Now, let him just walk out. Drop that rein and walk on out. Pull him around again. Bring him around again. There you go. Bring him around again. There you go. Ask him to bend. There you go. There you go. Good. Now walk him on off. Bring him around again. All right. It won't be long before he starts thinking about, well, I'm going to look. No, I'm better not. Keep him walking. Keep him walking. Bring that head in. Bring that head in. There you go. Now walk him on. There you go. All right, I got a question here about how to back this figure 8 deal. All right. First thing you do when you get ready to do anything with your horse is establish a direction. Guess where? From the ground. Does your horse understand how to move away from pressure? All right. If your horse understands how to move away from pressure, then you have some kind of direction on him. All right. You put your horse's head in a bind this way and start asking him to move that rear end over. Now, I've never ridden this horse before, so I don't know what I got. All right, see how that back end starts to move away from pressure? All right, see where I'm bumping right here where the back girt would be, and I'm asking him to move your rear end over. No, put your head in the bind, move your rear end over. You make the right thing easy, and the wrong thing difficult. It was very easy, once I put this horse in a bind in that direction, it was real easy for him to just move his back end around. All right, that's the first thing you have to establish before you start backing a figure 8. Now, why are you hanging on your mare's mouth? You're teaching her that this pressure right here means absolutely nothing. Is that what you want to teach her? Okay, well, let it go. All right, so you get your horse's head in a bind. Ask them to move that rear end around. Until you can move that rear end around, you can't back a figure 8. It won't happen. You've got to be able to move that rear end. All right, so what you're asking your horse to do is to back up and move your rear end over. Move it over, move it over, move it over, move it over. Thank you. And you back up and move your rear end over. Move it over, move it over, move it over. And back up and move your rear end over. Move it over. All right, that's half of my 8 right there. Now where's the other half? We got to go in the other direction. So I want you to back up, move your rear end over. Now how much pressure am I putting on this horse's face? Very little. Why? I don't need any more. All right, I want him to move over, push over. Thank you, right there. Now back up. Just back up. Thank you, back up. Now move your rear end over. Move your rear end over. There you go. Now back up and move your rear end over. All right, eventually, you can back your horse and ask him to move his rear end over, and you get a nice, easy, smooth, just right on around. But you start from zero. You start from the ground. When he's backing up, can I get him to move his rear end? Back up, move over, back up, move over, back up, move over. Start that backing around anything. Just go back around stuff. Can be anything. The truck, the trailer, a barrel, the mountain block, the dog laying in the driveway. I don't care what it is. Practice the basic things first. All right, so the first thing you do when you pick up on your horse's first instinct is not just to give to your pressure. Your horse's first instinct is to move away from not move away from the pressure. Your horse's first instinct is to move into the pressure. All right, some horses never. Your horse will not learn to go slow and relax until you put that into your body. All right, go slow, relax. I trust you to go slow, relax. Okay, that's where that one rein little doodad comes in. You go, okay, come here. I'm right here. And then if he's still going and you got that head, then you take that inside foot and you say, look, move that rear end around. Move that rear end around. Thank you. Now, are you thinking about what I'm thinking about? Thank you. All right. If you're a horse, if you're riding along and you feel your horse look off, pay attention. Ask him to come back to you. Horse looks off at that big truck, ask him, come on, come back this way. All right, but do not. You heard that truck coming from across the way down there. You're going, oh, that truck's coming. Oh, that truck's coming. He's going to do something. Well, guess what? Guaranteed he's going to do something. Because you've already told him, yeah. You've already told him something's coming and there's something to do. You didn't tell him what. Okay? So what you're going to do is you hear that truck coming, all right, and before it gets here, you're going to say, okay, I would like for you to make me a nice little circle right here, just right here. Now, I want your feet pointed right here, and I want your head just like this, and I want you traveling just like this, and that truck goes by, and guess what? Your horse is paying attention to you making this little circle here, and that truck is completely superfluous. Okay? What? Oh Lord, herdbound is a problem, and a lot of horses can get over it, and a lot of them can't. I've had horses that were barn bound. As long as they could see the barn, they were fine. If they couldn't see the barn, they were a wreck. I've had horses that I've worked here that I had to have a horse tied at each end of the arena for them to be secure enough to work while I'm working. All right? And then the way you do that and wean them from it is you work. I'll have a horse tied down on that end and have a horse tied down on this end. All right? And I'll go next to this horse and I'll work the bejesus out of that son of a gun, round and round, back and forth, up and down. We'll be loping circles, trotting circles, bending, flexing, and we'll come over here looking off that way and rest. All right? So wherever the horse is that's babysitting is a lot of work. So every time you start riding to that other horse, they start thinking, oh man, here I got to go to work again. I don't even want to see you. All right? And I've had horses that were gate sour. Man, every time you ride by the gate, they try to duck out. Well, we get by the gate and we work, and go rest somewhere else. If a horse, your recourse then is to convince her that she's okay with you and that you can direct her feet, like it or not. Okay? So, if you ask her to give it to you, all right, she wants to run off over that way. All right? And you're going to ask her to just get into that circle. And those circles, I cannot tell you how invaluable a circle is. All right? You find a circle that's comfortable for your horse. Remember we talked about horse has a place that they're just really comfortable. a circle that they're, a diameter of a circle that they're really comfortable in. All right? You figure out where that is for your horse so that they get comfortable in that and they go slow. All right? And you do that where? In your arena at your house. In your yard at your house. You ride that and ride that and ride that where you go and you do stuff. So I'll put this mare in a bind and I'll ask her to move over. I'll ask her to move over and I'll ask her to get back. And ask her to move over and we'll go around. Come on, you dingo. All right? And we're doing all kind of stuff and I want to put her in a bind. Get a little spin out of her. All right, and then I'm going to go back to this nice easy spot. All right, and I get back into her circle, and what happens? She slows right on down and quiets down. Okay, so what you have to establish is you know how big that circle is at the house. She's done it so many times that she can trot that circle in her sleep. When she gets out and your horse gets out and your horse gets anxious about anything, start that trot in that circle. Start that trot in that circle. Don't try to make them walk. They're upset. They want to move their feet. Okay, let's move your feet. Get that little trot going. All right, let's get that trot going. Get in your circle and relax. Now, don't hold your horse around. Don't try to hold her back. If she wants to trot too fast, I don't care. I don't care. If she wants to gate out there, it doesn't matter to me how fast you're gating. We're going in this circle until you get comfortable and you get back with me and you start listening to what I'm telling you to do.